Going into the first game of the NA branch of SpiritRealm versus TRIX, or TRIX for short. Having a 3v3 crew battle, starting off with the King of 2100 versus TRIX's Caillou. Starting off pretty strong already, looking to go for offstage shenanigans, and Spear already going for the N6 there. And they just keep chasing each other. The moment one person makes a mistake, already going out there. GC sidesick to wake up, having a pretty strong stage control position. Coming out for the 2100 King. Caillou trying to take stage control. As of now, another GC sidesick coming through. It's almost the Koji down. Using their first stock, sidelight to there. Doesn't get the confirm after that, but still a lot of damage. One wrong move and one Sare coming out from the lance. Can take them out, but the bow still didn't work. Sare, there it is, already coming through. That's a stock up in favor of SpiritRealm. Getting the spear, weapon star from Caillou right here. Weapon throw doesn't connect into anything afterwards. Now being put off stage. This time Caillou doesn't go deep for it. There already is stock down. But the spear, ladder combos, recovery and nairs coming through, building up even more damage, getting a lot of extra credits, while they also have that stock advantage still to play with. Still, like, it looks like Caillou just struggles getting this edge guard on this spear. Really unfortunate, because they just keep recovering back to stage, hitting them. That's a lot of damage build up already. D-light into Sare. This armed goes deep. GC D6 interrupted by the end light, doesn't connect. Recovery coming through, does not take them off the top. Start with the sword. Doesn't get D-light, but the haymaker coming through. That's two stocks up already. Caillou still getting that bow, weapon starve. Denied. That's already a lot of damage, putting them in deep yellow. Dodge again being caught. That's an orange. This is looking like... It's not technically a 3-stock because it's a crew battle, obviously. But it's looking like in this 1v1 it looks like a 3-stock. Almost 3 stocks up in favor of SpiritRealm. The Niko recovery coming through. Orion, so much damage, like even the smallest step could knock them out. But they still have a lot of damage lead to work with. Already in orange, they don't need damage to actually confirm the knockout. It's already in red, Spear coming through, Sare over the edge guard. Brown Pound this time does connect. There, a little bit too late as the recovery came through, interrupts it. Another time, the perfectly cancel into D6. Edge guard struggles still a little bit. There coming through. Caillou looking for these ladder combos with the sword. Avoiding the recovery, still going just above it. Now King's looking for that confirm. Sidesick coming through, punishing that there. That's the first player of TRIX out in game 1. Big 2-stock lead there coming through, and already starting, doesn't even get the chance to get a weapon. The Cordelia hammer spawns right there, and light coming through, Nair coming through, building up damage. Spear avoided but still picked up. And the sidesick bonked on the head on the side of the stage. TRIX really needed that. They were behind by so much in that first 1v1, and now being able to put King's stocks down to the last this quickly. Trying to build up momentum with that hammer right now and see if they can convert it to evening up the stock count and the player count. Fight light coming through, GCD light doesn't get! Oh, that's so unfortunate. Misinput it looked like. Had to confirm there, didn't go for the Sare for the recovery. Oh, that's a GC N6. This is looking dangerous, but unarmed, going down there through the spear away. Doesn't get a confirm out of it. Avoids the GC D6, not entirely, still the last hit of it connecting. King getting a little bit too overzealous with the signature as he wants to knock out here. And he gets it, sidesick coming through. TRIX, 4 stocks down. SpiritRealm only 2 stocks down. This is a massive advantage. Sidelight into there, doesn't get a confirm Basada dodge. Maybe they can get information out of that, but the Nair's coming through. Almost getting the knockout to the King. Okay, calming it down a little bit. King knows that they are very close to being knocked out. Any decent move from Hammer that isn't sidelight could knock them out. Playing it safe, Nair to throw them away in order to get a safe weapon pick up. Nair coming through on the platform. There avoided, and there from the hammer doesn't connect again with these landing. Weapon throw downwards allows King to get safe recoveries back to the stage, but unfortunately that's their last stock. They did a lot of work. Right now, all hates you versus Relax, Parallax. They're coming through. Being dangerous. They have this axe. Anzik being punished right now. Light into there, weapon throw and light. Relax is doing a lot of work. Ground pound avoided. This is a lot of damage coming out. That's already the stock. Relax having done an amazing job at evening up the stock count. It is now 4 stocks to 4. Side stick avoided, jumped over. Recovery coming down. Anzik avoided as well. Rayman struggling a little bit, just throwing a lot of stuff out and being punished for it as Relax. Slowly but surely evening up the damage. Everybody is in red, everybody 2 stocks 3-0 right now. Hammer weapon throw coming through, doesn't get the knockout, but this is a really good edge guard opportunity, especially with both for D6, doesn't even need it. Highlighted to Ser. This is massive. SpiritRealm starting off with a 4 stock lead, and now on the back foot 1 stock behind is a massive reversal coming out from TRIX. You still see Relax looking for these snares, still seeing them avoiding all these swift, heavy commitment opportunities from the Rayman. Unfortunately, they're coming through and that's evening it up, getting a little bit overzealous there. Cannot deny the weapon spawn, unfortunately. Coming through, but putting themselves on the side of the stage. Nair coming through in the ground pound, doesn't find anything. Basic, just for the threat. Now Rayman is disarmed, has to get to this sword edge guarding. Do they make this? Weapon throw doesn't get the confirm, doesn't get anything afterwards, but that's the end light. Doesn't connect. Rayman tanky like that with the Ser. Relax breaking his back. Somebody get them the chiropractor with how amazing they are playing right now. Gets that sword, but not deny the weapon spawn, unfortunately. Right now Yams has to take 4 stocks of TRIX with only 3 of their own. Weapon throw coming through, doesn't get the pickup, but gets the Nair in order to get that hammer safely. Sidelight, D-light, Ser, side sig. Beautiful combo to build up a lot of damage. That's D-light into Ser already. And now TRIX up 4-2 stocks in this game number 1. Absolutely amazing turnaround. What started so bleak for them with being 4 stocks down themselves in the beginning. The king of 2100s. Amazing performance at the start. Looks like a very dire situation. Great start coming through, even though the opener missed, still committing to the final 2 hits. Let's get the finisher, unfortunately, there. Looking for the signatures or the recovery. Let's get a dodge. And you see the stress coming out. Sidelight, D-light, Ser. Let's get the ground pound if he hailed that. It was so close to hitting, and now Ser coming through. SpiritRealm almost on their last stock. They're coming through, doesn't get the knockout. Oh, they wanted their homie to play, they gave it up. Now straight. Last person for TRIX. Not all the way there. Okay, there they are, there they are. They still have a massive stock advantage, close to 2 stocks if they can get this knockout. SpiritRealm needs a massive turnaround and like, oh, the turnaround is starting. The turnaround is starting, it's I would say killing a yellow. Oh, that's the dodge. That's a lot of damage. Doesn't get the last dodge though, but that's there. Bring him on the side of the stage. Save recovery. With that scythe, it's looking like they're struggling to get that knockout. They need like a dodge or even just a strong side or a side to the side of the stage. against what this is so much tighter than it has any right to be. Both of these teams were at one point just rolling over the other with 3 to 4 stocks worth of advantage. Coffee coming through. Sidesick a bit overzealous, punished by the D-Light, doesn't get the dodge read after playing it safe, even though they have the stock advantage right now. There are also very damage that could be knocked out at any moment. Sidesick avoided again with the D-Light to punish. Moving the Scythe openers right now, looking to get something started. Sidelight. They're almost playing Scythe as a combo weapon, not a string weapon. They're not getting any dodges that they need to, but they're still building up so much damage, so many sidelights just hitting over and over again. Signatures from both players avoided. Weapon throw, confirming it. And that is TRIX going up 1-0 in a crew battle. Moving to game 2 for Demon Island. And it's looking like teams have a bit of an order swap. Yams is straight this time, starting off at the beginning, which were the players that were ending the last match in the Miami Dome. And we also see Oh Hi It's Me swapping to the Shell, the Deska. I'm curious to see how that will work out, if that legend swap is gonna do anything in their favor, because we did see that Rayman wasn't doing too great in the previous game. I'm definitely curious to see more of these players, considering last match they didn't get to play fully. That's a really beautiful Ensik, and that's already Yams down. That's a really early stop. They get sword in hand, weapon starve has been denied. Can they get something started? This is already a really big lead, especially in a full battle. There's so much room to let it snowball out of control, but they're fighting back. Sidesick avoided. Weapon throw doesn't quite connect, unfortunately phases too straight. Sidesick coming through, evening end up beautiful. Both players looking to get something started right here and now. Both of the weapons just poking out a little bit. Gets 2 pieces, but doesn't get a Sare. Dodged again. Yams looking like they get these openers on the Greatsword constantly, but they don't really get anything that can get value out of it. You see it here again, opener bridge, then unfortunately nothing afterwards, so they're only doing so little damage. That's the dodge. That's what they needed. That's the Sidesick again. I already hit it once in game 1, and I can't believe that they actually didn't expect it. They just went for it again. Again with the 2-piece, but not getting the follow-up that they need. Dodged again by straight, and looking for something with these blasters. But Jams is just running circles around them with the Greatsword in hand. Is that a that is the confirm. Wow. That's a really early lead. Again, we're looking at what could... I mean, it's only a 2... Yeah, it's a 2-stock lead right now. But can easily go to a 3 or maybe even 4-stock lead. Wouldn't be surprised to see it like we did last game. Looking to start something off with this Greatsword. This time only doing a single opener and then looking for something. Yams looking like they've entered flow state again with the Sidesick, man. Again with the Sidesick. Why is that allowed? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I don't even know. Doesn't get that gravity cancel punish that they needed with that Greatsword. Sare on the landing, Sidesick. Yams right now unarmed by Kalyu, and the weapon trying to sword recovery, shutting them down. I don't believe they have Greatsword in the next rotation, which might be an issue, which has been clearly their preferred weapon of choice. No weapon, no need. They're still building up damage onto Kalyu with unarmed, as Kalyu is... Okay, both players just disarming themselves, looking for their bow and their Greatsword. Getting the Enlight opener, slow bridge after, still gets barely hit by that Sidesick, and this is looking really bad for Yams as they avoid the edge guard though, but still are taking damage, trying to get back to the stage. Like, are you looking like playing around stage control? It's a very real plan of their game. Not trying to get Yams to land, not trying to give them any space in order to get started on my Greatsword deal. I think the recovery doesn't get a knock. It does get the knockout. That's Yams out. Beautiful job by Kalyu of preventing this snowball, this momentum of getting out of control in favor of SpiritRealm. Keeping TRIX still in the game, only one stuck behind. But now this Tesca, I'm curious what we're gonna see. Because we didn't see a lot of either the axe or the gauntlets in that first game. Only having the gauntlets carrying over from the character. They're looking like they're already exerting some pressure, even though they're not actually hitting. Their movement and their positioning needs to be respected by Caillou right here. D-Sig on the floor doesn't quite get the knockout that they needed, but having those gauntlets in hand, can they get the confirm here? Sidelight avoided. Second sidelight avoided as well. Weapon throw down. Light into N-Light. N-Sig interrupted by the N-Light. Or by the weapon throw, I should say. GC D-Light into recovery. True confirm. Double stacking boots, interesting. I haven't seen boots at all this crew battle. Curves the shout does. Gets the dodge, that's beautiful. That's a very interesting ledge interaction, but still 3-piece damage. They need a little bit more though. Can they get the edge guard here? They get the sidelight. Commits to the dare. When Caillou still had that dodge on lock. There into side air. Slowly building damage. GC sidelight in order to get momentum. And Sig barely not dodging a little bit too early. If they held a bit more to the left, they could have hit the wall. Or if they were a bit more higher, they could have hit Caillou. Right now, looking like Caillou is fighting back with that bow. Silent avoided. He lighted to N-Light into N-Sig. They're really looking for these N-Sigs in order to keep the juggle going. Not just having N-Light to pressure, but also, oh, that's a beautiful N-Sig avoiding. The Caillou seems to have a pretty straightforward game plan. Just get them off the floor, get these juggles, get N-Lights and N-Sigs to apply pressure and make it difficult for them to land. You see D-Light into recovery on the unarmed. Disarming the opponent. Doesn't get the D-Light true combo this time. Side sig. Okay, the side sigs and the N-Sigs becoming a bit too predictable. D-Sig avoided. Both these players looking for the next knockout and it's going in favor of TRIX, evening up the stock count. But look at their damage. One decent recovery, one decent haymaker, or GC breakdance. Barely not getting the knockout. They're going deep. That hits. They released it early and still managed to get the knockout. And now SpiritRealm one stock up. Last player to face in order to take us to game 3. Is it going down? And I'd coming through from Hammer. D-Light backdash. Oh, this is looking beautiful. That's a lot of value. Can they make it back? They avoid the Hammer recovery, which could have been dangerous even in white, but that's a lot of damage. Already putting the last player on their first stock of yellow. Signature's becoming a little bit too overzealous, a little bit predictable, and just swinging a lot. There we go. Swing and a miss followed by a swing and a hit. Putting up SpiritRealm by 2 stocks. And again, holding onto these boots. They've been doing work. Definitely looking like the Rayman swap off was the right play. Sides are coming through. Only in orange. Doesn't really get anything that they're looking for. As Parallax. Still struggling. Taking slowly more and more damage. Even though Tesca not getting massive strings. Just the openers over and over again. Resetting. They're coming through N-Sig. GC sidelight doesn't get the ground pound. Just a little bit of damage. D-Sig nearly fully charged. Still taking them out. At this time, my team gets... Yeah, okay. No comments. Name speaks for itself. Looking for that weapon, avoiding the side sig as that lands in hand. Avoid the side sig. Looking for something. Sig's becoming a bit overzealous. I need some more light attacks. I need some more damage build up on this boat for. And Sig there wouldn't have even have KO'd. Damage close to evened up. Both of these players could lose their stock in an instant. Oh, do they make that back? I believe they touched the wall. They did. Now making it back with the edge card unarmed. Putting the both on a final stock. SpiritRealm looking very nice. And it's looking like a game 3 here, unless this Bodvar was something amazing. They did get the reversal in the midst of game number 1, but can they get the reversal at the end of game number 2? That's one stock, still need to chew to true. For the weapon, playing unarmed a little bit, disengaging until they get the weapon that they need, trying to avoid interaction and taking unnecessary damage. The weapon spawn keeps on going on the enemy. Double nair, and again with the weapon spawns going onto the Bodvar and disengaging. Again on the other side of the stage, Bodvar this time staying in between the player and their weapon. Picking up the spear this time though. Putting the D6 recovery into nair. Double nair. Decent amount of damage. Putting the D6. They really want these cheeky KOs that can knock out an orange in order to have a better advantage going into that last stock. That 1v1 situation. Doesn't get the D-Light into Ser. But I get this edge guard. Do not go for the D-Sig, and that will probably dealing up a lot of damage. It's not a punish. Sidesick would probably have KO'd there. I'm certain it would have KO'd actually. But that there. Game 3 takes us back to Miami Dome, and we're seeing not again another order swap. This time Orion at first, Deska second, Jaehyun last. For SpiritRealm, the setup, the order that I started that first game with as well. You're also seeing a legend swap, no Nyx coming out from TRIX, this time going for the Lucian. Sick avoided. Both these players just trying to get a slow start going. Trying to find the opening, nothing too overzealous, nothing too aggressive, playing it slow, playing it calm. That's already a beautiful start. Oh, the double weapon throw, wait. Is that a knockout? Yes, sir. Beautiful knockout. Weapon throw, D-Light Ser to confirm, and a ground pound when the Bodvar was out of options. Already a strong start coming from SpiritRealm, and we've seen before that they really just can't get it far. They like to snowball, give them an inch and they take it a mile. Do not let this get out of hand. Double dare coming through, slow damage buildup as the Bodvar looking to struggle with that knockout. D-Light into Ser off the platform doesn't quite get the knockout that they're looking for. So Orion keeps on building more and more damage. Oh, but the D-Light into recovery takes them out of the top. Unfortunate. Staff coming through, throwing away the hammer, picking up the sword. So Orion is looking for the next weapon in rotation, gonna be the spear. Holding the stage control, putting pressure with the recoveries as Bodvar is landing on top of the platform. Ser coming through, can they get this edge guard? Bit of overzealous early prediction. D6 doesn't quite get the connection that they're looking for as the Bodvar is slowly building up more damage. There again, very early D6, expecting an aggressive recovery back with playing it slow again, slowing down the pace instead of overcommitting. I really like this because they're saving so much of their health, but that you can also fight back as we're slowing it down. They need a bit of damage output of their own. Going down, get the connection that they're looking for. Doesn't get the sidesick punish of their own, recovery going through, get the connection that they need. D-Light dodged! D-Light Ser avoided. And Orion sees to live another day on the stock. Ser coming through this time. Trying to start some juggles as the Bodvar is staying on top of the platform and this lands and then highlighting the D-Light. Doesn't get a dodge after that. Where's the D-Light? There into N-Light, getting that dodge. Do they live this? Yes, they do. Momentum of the Sers makes them live it, but they don't have enough options to make it back. Stocks still very, very even. GD light coming through, building up a little bit of damage, but again with the weapon spawns not in their favor, landing on top of the boat for out of stage this time. Gets the spear, Sarah coming through. Can they get some value? Does not get the answer that they're looking for on the stage. Expecting a boat to go deep in. Wait it out, delay into Sarah. Slow damage build up again. They're coming through. Can they get this edge guard? No, overextending a little bit. Avoiding the edge guard though from the boat, making it back to the stage. With massive damage lead, weapon throw, delayed into Sarah into the hammer. Backing off, going for Sars. Playing very interesting. There on the floor, Sarah coming through. Can they get it? Okay, just applying pressure and keeping the distance with these Sars. They're fishing. We're not on a boat. Get back to shore. We're playing Guildhalla. Come on. Sarah coming through from boat far. Ground boat avoided. Can I make it back? Copter coming through. Recovery avoided. Recovery from the spear coming through. And that's the Sarah. Sarah fishing worked. They kept throwing it out at a certain point. And just had to. They kept having faith. Right now I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with the solution. Because we did see those blasters being carried over from that earlier next pick from straight. You also saw the scythe not doing what it needed to, so I am not opposed to this swap. That might be a little bit too late. Oh, is that a triple? Going for the triple, that's massive damage. Gets the Nair, landing onto them. The Sig disarming them. Is this looking like a clean stock? Not a clean stock, but that's still a lot of damage. Do they make it back? Yes, they do. The pressure coming out from the blasters. GC, yep. D-Light, ground pound. Again, SpiritRealm looking like they're snowballing it. Still on their first player, plus a stock up on their second. Again, the 4 stocks lead. Okay, 3 stocks lead. I spoke too soon. 3 stocks lead. Again, with the Tesca, we saw how much damage it did in that last game, but it was Tesca going into boat war. Now it's a little bit of a different matchup. Can it still work out in their favor? Being weapon starved. Having to play into Qatar's, trying to avoid confrontation until they have a weapon of their own, getting the boots in hand. Anzig coming through sidelight. Doesn't get the dodge up, unfortunately. Now trying to avoid this edge guard, going over, avoiding the Anzig. Have to be wary of the threat of that D-Sig, or Qatar's space just going for a dare of their own. There's the D-Sig. Doesn't get the dare that they needed. And light. The edge guard of their own. Ground power. Oh, that's really bad. Still holding on to that full, I mean almost a full person lead. 2 stocks up right now. And light coming through. It's the Sarah, doesn't get that dodge, spot dodge, avoiding that GC into side light. Not this dodge though, gets a 3-piece, going deep again. Oh, they're really looking for these offstage knockouts in orange. There into side air, coming through, recovery coming through, gets the goes to the Anzig, doesn't connect, and now straight having these Qatars, and that's a GC side sig to the side. Has to be a misinput. Throwing away that 4 stock, but they still have a big lead to play with a full stock up plus a decent damage build up. The Qatars going immediately in off rip, doesn't give them a chance to take Beaver off Swan. These take on the floor, smacking them down, gets that edge guard, doesn't get the Anzig connection that they needed there. Using the platforms to make sure that Trade can't get a sidelight D-Light starter. Anzig avoided, straight stayed on the floor. This Tesca being a little bit outperformed in this grounded on the floor gameplay right now, evening out the damage. Right side air. Anzig, catch anything. Straight playing the safe. D-Sig again on the floor, backwards, probably K and the taunt. And the taunt. Really, didn't even get a knockout. What are we taunting for? Okay, the recovery. 2 stocks up right now for SpiritRealm. Caillou has to clutch this, and we've seen the skill that they have, but is it enough to chew to 5? I mean 4.5, almost 4.5 worth of stocks. Crafty cancel against boots, doesn't get that confirmed. The hair chase dodge. Really unfortunate. They do make it back to stage though. Caillou doesn't go for that confirm. Ground pound, there it is. Though still a full stock up. Light and light into recovery. Coming through. Oh, baby. Caillou throws out all the stops, bringing it to an honorable 1v1 to end off this full battle. Going for another there. They got a little bit cheeky after that knockout. Going to the Deska on SpiritRealm. They're absolutely feeling it. They're playing so much more aggressive. But Jams, with a greatsword in hand, has to be respected. The moment they throw out 6, that's going to be difficult to avoid because they've been hit by multiple side 6 already. They keep on going. Okay. Putting up the pressure. Keeps pressing buttons. Caillou, unfortunately not having a dodge, being confirmed. Knocked out on their first stock. Just not quite get a punish on that bow and Sig. For me, not taking out Yams actually. I am surprised they did not knock out. Yams being dared, avoiding the D-light coming out from the bow. Doesn't avoid the second one. And the third one coming through as well, still in that honorable 1v1 situation. Yeah, I'm trying to find something. Both of these players clear starter options for when they want to start a string. Caillou looking for these D-lights. Yeah, I'm looking for these openers into bridges, like these 2 pieces, then waiting for the dodge. They're going through. Both these players seem to have a clear game plan. But do they realize what the other person's to go for? Do they have the adaptation? Yams clearly seems to be favoring approaching from the air right now, but you have to go on the ground in order to get these dares. Like these openers started. You can't just do an opener in midair. It's always going to be a finisher when you do. Or to get side-stick avoided for once, actually. D-light there coming through. There from the sword avoided, but D-light pressed to cancel. Yams on their final stocks. That's Caillou down. Still, honorable 1v1. It's been so close, it's been so tight. Both of the players unarmed. Yams picking up that regular sword. I haven't seen too much of that regular sword and he immediately throws it away in favor of the great sword. For something started, doesn't get the grab. Oh, it does get the punish. And finish it though. Even damage. Both of these players having slow damage build up. Doesn't get the heavy ending. There's the heavy ending. There's the finisher coming out from Yams. Jumps into the weapon, throws sword. And we still see Caillou relying on these up dodge reads, on these aerial coverage options with those N6 and those N-lights. You know, Yams is still grounded. DC coming through out of nowhere. Still had another signature in the pocket. And that's victory 2-1 SpiritRealm over TRIX in NA.